started as a sportscaster in the Philippines, covering the Philippine Basketball Association. I've covered the Asian Games twice, and I've covered a lot of international sporting events, even though I didn't really know a lot about sports. And so I'm honored to have a sports legend here on Kababayan, LA today. It is my pleasure to have Mr. Craig Hodges here on the show of the NBA. Welcome to Kababayan, LA.
It's a pleasure to be here, and it's a great honor to be here.
Okay, now we're going to settle the score, Craig, because I did some reading.
Okay.
You were an effective shooting guard, and
Yes.
you held a lot of records for three-point shooting.
Mm-hmm.
So the first question is, who taught you how to shoot?
Well, actually, I was blessed to have great teaching from the time I came from my mom's womb. Actually, my uncles and my grandfather were coaches, and so for me, it was basics. It started with baseball. Baseball was my #1 love. Tennis was second. Basketball was a close third. So it was one of those things where as you grew older, baseball became a little too boring. Tennis, not too many of my friends played, so basketball was the community game to play. So for me, my uncles taught me how to play properly, and they gave me the rudimentary parts of my shot at an early age, and I was able to continue to work at it and get better at it.
What makes a good shooter? Is it practice makes perfect? Is that true?
We have a saying, perfect practice makes perfect. So I think it's so much of your practice habits have to be in line with what creates a good shot, which is foundation, form, and follow through. It's three parts of your shot. Your feet begin your shot. It travels through your legs, which is your form, and then you finish into your follow through.
Okay, sounds good. A lot of Filipinos love basketball, and a lot of Filipinos love to play.
Absolutely.
Sometimes the sport doesn't even love them back, but they still play. And you're going to do them good because you're going to the Philippines.
Yes.
And to teach a seminar. What are you doing?
We're actually going to do some camps, and for me, I love history and culture, so it's going to be a trip, a vacation of sorts also. But mainly giving back to basketball the way it's given to me, but to the Filipino family, it's one of those things where you're a smaller group of players. So
Right.
for me, it'll be able to show them how you can work on your game to go against big guys and be able to handle your game in, pressure situations when you're playing against bigger people.
So what do short people need in order to play effective basketball against taller men?
Well, some of the main two things that I'll be working on is footwork and ball handling, because if you're quick with your feet and you get enough with your ball handling, most of the time you can create enough space to get your shot off. So we're going to be making sure that we work on our footwork to create some space and then work on our jumper to eliminate the defender.
And speaking of work, I know you're one of the most hardworking people out there. I know you've done your homework, research about Philippine basketball. What do you know about it? What strikes you about it?
Well, I had a friend of mine who's coming on with us later, Kevin. He sent me an email, and the email, the cover of it just said, "This is how much they love basketball in the Philippines."
And then what did it?
And it showed it was a flood situation, and they were still out there playing. And I was like, man, it reminded me of in the winters in Chicago. I grew up in Chicago. We would shovel off the courts to play basketball, and that just shows a certain love for it. And I'm looking forward to seeing just the excitement that they have for the game.
And some stars there in the PBA actually started in the provinces playing basketball without a ball.
Absolutely. And that's the part and we're going to get a chance to go to some of the provinces from what I understand. And for me, that's the part of the game that I love that's the purest part of the game, that it's not about the $1 million contracts, it's not about the endorsement deals, but it's about the purity of the game. And I think and for me as a teacher and a coach of the game, that's the part that I love sharing with people, and to see that they have an energy like that, I'm looking forward to it.
Passion for the play, as they call it.
Absolutely.
But have you gotten a chance to see some of the brand of play that they have in the Philippines?
Not yet, I haven't. I'm looking forward to it. I saw a couple clips of
because it's not very scientific.
No.
It's not like your NBA here.
No, it's just hooping, and that's the beautiful part of the game. All games are by their nature to be fun. And from what I've seen, the Filipinos love to have fun when they're playing, so I'm looking forward to it. And especially the opportunity to mix it up with some of the people over there.
All right. Tell us again about this. When are you going to be there? For how long? How do you get information?
You can go to Hodge on Hoops as well as Upper Echelon Communication. Kevin will be on after this. We're leaving, I believe, April 12th. So
and how long? 2 weeks?
Be
3
there
weeks?
through the 30th.
Okay. And you're going to be going around different provinces, doing camps?
Doing camps, clinics, and looking forward to just meeting people.
And teaching is not new to you because you were an assistant coach for the Lakers.
Right.
A lot of Filipinos love the Lakers as well.
I heard.
Yes. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, it's one of those things. It's beautiful to see how the fan base expands and how people travel and people have their favorite teams. And to see, Kevin was telling me that the Philippines are Lakers' second home, so to some degree. So that's cool, and I'm looking forward to that.
And with your work with the Lakers before, you worked with individual players on shooting and how to be an effective offensive player.
Right.
Who do you think is the best offensive player there? Should I still be asking you?
Kobe, of course. Kobe.
What's so great about Kobe?
His work habits. I think that's the part that kind of separates him from everyone else, is that he puts in so much work. So Kobe may work on a move that he's going to use tonight in the ball game. He may work on that move in practice about anywhere between an hour and 2 hours just on the footwork, not even shooting the basketball.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
how important is footwork?
It's the most important part of the game. I learned from Tex Winter, who's the founder of the Triangle basketball system. He taught us when we were at Long Beach State that if you have bad feet, meaning if your feet hurt or you can't move them, you're not going to be an effective ball player.
And that's why some parents in the Philippines, I know they get their kids into soccer first before basketball to develop footwork.
And that's a great combination of the two sports, because if one of the greatest players to play the game, Akeem Olajuwon, was a soccer player before he was a basketball player.
Okay. And what about Phil Jackson? What did you learn about him?
Phil, to me,
from him?
To me, Phil is the greatest person I've ever met as far as his ability to manage people. That he understands what your strengths are, and he stays within that. He doesn't ask you to do anything outside of that. Likewise, when he has a group of people, he sees what they're capable of doing, and he doesn't browbeat them with what he thinks they're capable of doing. So it's a situation where he's a great manager and an effective manager of people.
You know, you're so positive, such a kindred spirit. You speak so highly of the game that you say gave you so much, and we know that it did give you a lot.
No doubt about it.
But then at the same time, there were some heartaches, there were some heartbreaks, and like I mentioned
but that
earlier,
wasn't the game.
We're going to be talking about that also, but you're going to have to watch out for that in the coming days here on the show. But for now, make sure you go to the website so you get all the information on when he is going to be in the Philippines, all the learnings he's gotten from different basketball grades.
Exactly.
This will be passed on to you and your kids and your friends and family in the Philippines. We'll be back more in Kababayan, LA. Don't go away.
Ang Kababayan LA ay hatid sa inyo ng McDonald's.